what needs to happen in Haiti is a very important question that calls for a realistic approach here, because we have to know who are the players at play. First, the international community is a huge player in this game, because we know, as a neo-colonized country, and a politics within the nation states, does not happen just because of the wants of those who are in that nation states. So we have to count on international community. What do I mean? I talked about, first, the United States, because that's the global power, and that's the power that has the capillary power to reach whoever the US wants to reach. And the US, again, because the US, in one way or another, has leverage in relation, as leverage in the game, in the sense that all groups or parties or institutions in Haiti, in one way or another, they receive their money, their visa, their children go to school in the United States. The United States is the lifeline. So there is no choice on that one. And beside, we have a huge Haitian diaspora, which I will talk about that later. Second, you have also a United Nations. Although United Nations, didn't do what they came to do in Haiti, we have no choice. United Nations is the global institution, that has the legal framework of which Haiti is member of. Haiti participated in the construction of this legal framework. So Haiti has the responsibility to guarantee the rights of his citizen, to guarantee the lives of his citizen, and to create space so then his citizen can blossom. So United Nations has coercive power against Haiti, not because of the fact that we are calling for United Nations to tell Haiti what to do, but we are calling on United Nations to help Haiti reinforce the institution for which Haiti signed off for. So United Nations can do things, particularly because they are also on the ground with minigists. You also have, of course, fundamentally, the main actors here are the Haitians themselves. The first, we have those remnants of the government. There is no choice. We have to address the situation immediately. So those who are in power now, regardless if they are illegitimate or not, regardless our political position in relation to them, they are the one controlling the police. They are the one controlling the public administration, and so forth and so on. So they are an actor. Second, you have different sectors in the private sectors, including those big, networks of families that are responsible for where the country is at the first place. We have no choice. We have to dialogue with them. Okay. And third, the political parties. The political parties are fragmented in Haiti. You have as many political parties as you have people aspiring for being president. But be that it may, that the reality that we have to learn to sit down with those actors. And third, we have the community-based organizations. Most of the things that have been done in Haiti have always been done without Haitians themselves, without community-based organizations, human rights organization, peasants organization, students organization, churches, all those institutions that are vital for the country. Okay, so what I think can happen is for the United Nations to create a conduit. I'm not saying for United Nations to go back to Haiti, because I just told you exactly what happened. If we are expecting United Nations to save Haiti, so Haiti is already dead.
Right.
So we are saying that for the United Nations to use its authority to create the conduit, and the United States to use its power, at least for one time, for good in relation to Haiti, to engage Haiti in a different base, not to impose Haiti what he has to do, but to lead Haiti to sit together. We need that. And third, we need those forces also, and those forces that are the forces that we call the Western forces that are friends of Haiti, to be able to provide the support for the Haitian National Police, because we are dealing in Haiti with more than 165 gangs, criminal gangs and political gangs, and all of them are armed. And the police in Haiti is so corrupt and so weak. Those good guys who are in the police, they are not enough. So they need some support, policial support, in order for them to do their work to reinforce the institutions. So those steps are not difficult, but I doubt that they will happen. Why? Because the United States are going to have election in 2 years, in less than 2 years. The Democrats, are very fragile. The position of the Democrats of Biden's in power is very fragile. And Haiti is a hot potato. They don't want to give the Republican ammunition. So then, Haiti can become a problem for them. So up to now, the United States has no strategy in relation to Haiti. Out to the moment I'm talking to you, they have no strategy what to do. But the political courage for the Biden administration to take a stand and then to engage Haiti on a different basis, not sending soldiers in Haiti. We don't want their soldiers. It's not the point here. But we want police. We want to train police. We want to have forces to back up our police officers so then they can dismantle the gangs. But this decision, will it be done? I'm not sure. United Nations also, I don't either. I don't think that will take the decision. And you know why? Because the legacy United Nations left to Haiti is a legacy of cholera with more than 1 million people affected. They have promised that they were going to, give some financial support to the people who were affected. And that was never done, except for little small project that they have put forward. The United Nations didn't take its responsibility. The other problem that the United Nations left us is a bunch of soldiers that let a bunch of pregnant girls, sexual violence and all of these things. But still, again, we have to work with what we have. United Nations has the obligation to force Haiti to reinforce its institutions by using the mini-jus mechanism it has in Haiti, reinforce its objective, reinforce its mandate, so that it can accompany the country, for good. And what are the forces that we have? We have the Haitian diaspora, which is extremely fragmented, but still, Haitian diaspora exists in the United States, in Canada, in Europe, particularly in France. There are a lot of organizations of Haitian diaspora. In this dialogue, we need to engage all those actors in order for Haiti to at least stabilize the situation. And then we can breathe to see how we are going to reimagine the future of the country.